ancient cave is one of fascination and mystery. It's one that captivated the minds of the public for many decades. This is the story of the Franklin State Park, Aztec Cave.
We arrived to the Franklin State Park just past noon. The clouds began to part, revealing the evening sun high in the sky. As that oppressive heat began to set in, we began our hike.
So this is the beginning of the trail that leads all the way up to the Aztec Caves, right up there. And there's Kiwi going to town on a rock. We got a really beautiful view right here, and we're about halfway up. It's a pretty short hike, but it's a really cool one. We found this nice little bridge here. Yeah. We're gonna cross, and we're almost to the cave. Cool little graffiti here. Well, we are almost there. Take a short break for Kiwi here, and then we'll be there shortly. It's a very nice little hike. This is the view right below the mouth of the cave, and wow, is it beautiful. Quite impressive. Alright, we're gonna head up inside now. Alright, we are heading up into the actual cave now. Wow. It's a pretty shallow cave, but it is pretty beautiful. Wow, incredible. It's beautiful. There's Michael taking a nap. Alright, let's head deeper in. Hey there, Kiwi, you're such a good boy. Look at this. This is all formed by ancient lava flows. How beautiful. Some old graffiti back here. That's pretty cool. Look at how big the mouth of the cave is. It's beautiful, and there's a great view of El Paso from here. The west side of El Paso. It's really, really beautiful. Here's the other side of the cave. Quite beautiful.
For many thousands of years, indigenous ancient American cultures have passed through the area, now known as the Franklin Mountains. All throughout the Franklin Mountains, there are several pictographs showing Native Americans as far as 12,000 years back hunting the animals in the area and harvesting many of the edible plants. In the 1580s, Spanish conquistadors would gaze upon these mountains for the very first time. The Franklin Mountains would be named after a man named Benjamin Franklin Coons, who had a ranch in the 1840s originally called Coons Ranch that was located somewhere in current El Paso. The Franklin Mountains were even used by outlaws in the late 19th century. One famous case was a shootout in a canyon named after Charles Fusselman, a marshal that died in the shootout. There are even old tin mines and lost legendary gold mines, which we have covered in previous documentaries. As for the Aztec caves themselves, the Aztecs were actually never inside these caves. Early El Paso settlers found bones and artifacts inside the caves. They wrongly assumed they belonged to the Aztec, but the name has since stuck.
Right up here is the trail that leads to a much smaller cave that sits on top. However, they are closing the park in like 10 minutes. Some ranger just came over on a big loudspeaker, so we don't want to get locked in, so we're heading back down. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get into the other cave, but it's much smaller and shallower than this one. Still, this was a very cool and very fascinating place. Very, very beautiful view too.
The Aztec Caves are a fun hike and another fun part of El Paso's cultural history, and they will never be forgotten.
The beagle down the street, he's never on a leash. In every car that passes by, he chases like a freak. I was puzzled, so I asked him what he'd do one day if he caught himself a big old Chevrolet. And he said, ooh, I don't have a clue, but how many of us ever really do? There is not a glowing sign that I am heading toward. I'm not aimless, I'm just not sure what I am aiming for.
You know, I once knew a guy that got killed by a cactus. He was a real prick. Get it?
Yeah.
Get it? Prick? Because cactuses are prickly?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, the kiwi, he's laughing. He thought it was funny.
He did not.
He definitely did.
He did not.
Yeah, he did.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he did.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
You know what? Maybe I should just make like this tree and leave.
It's the worst pun that you've ever made.
Yeah, it wasn't very punny, huh?
You know, none of them are, but that was the worst one.
Some really old... A bug got in my throat.
Disgusting.